Pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls follow Jesus. Oh, pretty girls.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today is Sunday and I thought I'll go ahead and come on here and document my setups that I have for this upcoming week. So I will be introducing Setup Sundays. Okay. So welcome to my first Setup Sunday. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So, let's start from gold, y'all. If y'all know what gold has been up since it's been up. So right here, this first red dot, that was the previous high. Of course, as y'all know, gold had this consolidation and boom, an indication was made. So this here is the overall indication. Price ain't dropped back down, and I don't know when price ever will. But as you see, like there was multiple times where price, it's continuing to go up. We haven't had a full complete drop as of yet. So I am staying away from gold. That's what gold looks like. I have made trades on gold, but I haven't tried to really touch gold because I'm scared that it's going to just boom and drop. So let's move on to Bitcoin. And most of these setups, I don't know if I did Bitcoin yet. So we might can do that one together. So let's skip that one for right now. And then let's go to crude oil. As y'all know, if you watched my last video, y'all seen that I took a trade on crude oil. So these three green marks is where price kept bouncing and letting us know this is where buyers were sitting at. Then you can't really see it. It's kind of small. Y'all see it? It's right here. Let me delete some of this. Okay. The sound effects was not needed. Delete that right now. No. Okay, I'll fix it. Okay, so again, and if you've seen the last video, I explained all this, but then we had this indication here. So this overall is the indication. We had this this correction that happened, and I got an entry within here, and I got out at, I think it was like 57 something, 50 something. I got out around here, basically. But now, I don't know what just happened. But this is where this thing, it's just so big. Hold on, yeah. So that's gonna annoy me on how everything was looking. Okay, this looks way better. Okay, so this is where that indication, y'all, took place. Okay, and then the indication stopped. This was my target goal for my previous trade that I have taken, that I took. Excuse me. And so then price went past that indication here, or it made another indication, letting us know. So if I was to do these little trackers, these little dots. Okay, price bounced back up. And then this is where we have sellers sitting at still, and push price right back down. Okay. I'm so particular, y'all. Sorry. So then we had seller sitting here and is pushing price down, right? Buyers were sitting here where this green dot is, push price up, creating this correction, continuation, push down. So had a lower low, or sorry, if we were to mark everything, we have this lower high here. We have a lower high here, and then this section right here was basically like a lower low, and then this lower low created a lower high, then created a lower low. This lower low created a lower high, which then what created a lower low. So since it then created a lower low, what I'm looking for is now price to correct itself and then create a lower high to stay within the trend. And if a lower high is created and, uh, beyond this line here, we know prices in the seller's control below this green line and buyers are in control above this green line. So with this correction, so let's bring out this here. So here, create a lower low. This can come up, above this green line if it wants to, and then come back down. This is what we're looking for to happen. But as far as the correction, it can be, right here. It can come up here. It can come all the way up here. We don't know where that correction is going to stop. But initially, and what I'm going to start doing moving forward, I'm trying to be more disciplined in this, is allowing, if price does come above here, my entry is at this green line and below. I'm not wanting to enter up here because that is where I've seen a lot of my trades, especially in my smaller account. I see myself trying to take this riskier trade, and I notice most of the time that is where I'm getting my lessons from. So I am wanting to take the trade, and especially with the ICC strategy, side does really push, especially for beginners, to get that entry below where we know that sellers are in control. In this case, in other cases, if we were looking for buys, then we will be more confident with taking taking an entry if it was above, So, anywho, this is kind of the setup that I am looking to happen. So, I'm trying to track price. That's why I have this alert here. Because again, sometimes price can stop below here, and that's fine if that's what price wants to do. We want it to do what it does. We can't predict where price will go. So it can come all the way up here. It can stop here because it's both still a lower high, which is what we're looking for. So yeah, I'm monitoring that, and this is on U.S. Crude oil. So I'll let you all know if I take any entries on that. Next is XRP, which is kind of doing the same thing as crude oil. And also, y'all, this is all in the daily. I'm not even going in to the 4 hour, 1 hour, 30 minute because right now it's still showing to me that it's correcting. And I'm looking for the overall puts at this moment. So again, I'm working on being patient, and with this strategy as well, I have to also know that I'm not going to be taking trades every single day. So I have to be patient on that. But anywho, with XRP, we kind of see the same thing that we've seen with US crude oil. So we have, points here where price reacted, pushed up. Price had a small reaction, kind of pushed up a little bit here. Came back here, touched this line, pushed back up. Then price, boom, made an indication. We know price, this is where buyers were in control at first. Anything above here, buyers are in control. But now we have an indication letting us know sellers were able to push through this level. So we know now that anything below here is in control by sellers all the way down until 177 is where, if you was to bring up like markings or whatever they have, I think this one listed. Is it not this one? Okay, I think it's more in the 4 hour. But you can see here, like, this is where we have a lot of buyers at. Like, yeah, they did get all the way down here, but in reality, this is kind of where buyers are sitting at. Okay. And is this, yeah, so this is where I got in on a entry. I'm gonna try to show y'all real quick, because I should have got out when I noticed it didn't get past 230, and I stayed in it anyway. I don't know where I got in at, y'all, but this is where I should have got out at, because I noticed that it was creating. This is what made me get into it. Let me try to make this as quick as possible because I don't want this video to be long. But I seen price after having this big rise up, y'all. Like, price wasn't trying to come above this 252 area. So I had my stop loss at 250, and I got in, I think it was 236 or so. I got in over this way, y'all. But no, where did I get? 230. I got in like here. It was after this. And once I seen price come back up here, but could not get past the 230, that is when I basically should have gotten out. It was not breaking this level. So that is why, again, I know this is where buyers are sitting at, because I got into a trade and buyers were not allowing me to push through, and I got tapped out. So also, if y'all see my last video, y'all know that I made a profit of $26. Yeah, that profit's gone. Okay. I'm only a beginner trader, y'all. I'm only a beginner trader. Anywho, so this is why I say I know this is where buyers are sitting at. Long story short. So again, I should have been patient and waited for price to correct. Let me see where price is really trying to show me. Okay, I know buyers are here, but where are the sellers at? So another long story short, this is basically in the correction process for both XRP and for crude oil. Okay, so those are kind of what I'm looking for on those. So let's go ahead and go to Bitcoin, because I think I was in the middle about to start charting on my phone and I took a nap. So, 1 second, y'all. All right, y'all, my bad. So I'm back. Okay, so this is Bitcoin. Let's go ahead and pull out the pivots. And we're going to try to go with the most recent swing high, swing low. This right here is a swing high, this is a swing low, and it has these in between. But this here, And I think this is where I was kind of contemplating on where I want to start. Because we notice like anything above here, I feel is where, and see, like anything above here, like this is the indication to me. It corrected itself and then we fulfilled that. Now, I feel like that is a new high was made. So, okay. This would be the low. If I'm marking this, and I'm not marking up here, y'all, like I know like that is, but it's a weak point, y'all. I don't know. Be with me on my thought process on this one, but price corrects itself. This is the indication. Like it fulfilled that. I don't know, because if I do it here, would this just be like the new high and then this be the correction? But this is also, that's why I'm going off the most recent. Let me just go off the most recent. That's too much back here, and I'm gonna go with the most recent. So here and here. Okay. Price did drop, but then we have this. An alert on crude oil, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, we're still going up, which is a good thing. It's set at 60. All right, I'm gonna do it up here again. It says it's at 60, but then it went back down. So let me. All right. Let me take these off. All right, so now we have that dropped here. Okay, boom here. Yes, price came all the way down, but we see that buyers are really sitting here. It bounced off this right here twice, twice, almost three times. So, again here, we're going with our dots. We have price getting bounced off here. Okay. And then this being the indication. We do have sellers sitting here, pushing price. So good. Pushing price down. Going with our arrows, we have, again, we have buyers here pushing price up. We have buyers pushing price up, buyers pushing price up above this level. But also below this level, we have sellers sitting here pushing price down. Now, this is what I gotta get out of, but just using it as a confluence, but not like an entry. But for me, this is just simple supply and demand. If you look at it, price came out, created a new high, which is that indication, came back in, tapped into the zone, got a close, and guess what? That's kind of, but I really want to stay out of entering within here, because just as much as, yeah, we have the potential of price going up, we also have sellers here pushing price back down. So price can, you know, just as much, do this, come here and then go right back down. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta stay out of it, but just use it as a confluence. Like, okay, if it did tap into this zone and we're seeing this push, that's letting me know kind of within this area, we are still showing like more buyers are in control, if that makes sense. Because it's starting to make sense to me. And this is just my thought process, y'all. So, again, what I'll be looking for and waiting on is price to come above here, because we know anything above this 118,039, 118, y'all. Anything above here, though, isn't controlled by buyers and it can go above. But also, if you just bring this a line across, it has shown as well in the past that buyers, I'm trying to, let me do it real quick here. But as y'all see, y'all like, trying to get right on it. Close enough. But y'all see anything above here, it's been sparking up. It came back down, it got higher. It pushed up above here. So we show that buyers are showing strength above this level. It came back down and then it got higher. So again, the chances of price pushing above and higher is likely than trying to catch it. And that's what I'm trying to get. And I have to get out that mindset of not trying to get an entry in here early just so I can quote unquote make more. Like, no. At this point, it's stick with the strategy and stick with the entry that makes more sense. Like, stop trying to beat it. Possibly, every now and then I can be a little risque, but right now at the beginning, y'all, I gotta be with more fits. So, looking for an entry above this area. So, with that being said, kind of like pathwise, as y'all seen, So price came here, bounced, came here, made a new high, created a higher low. So we're looking for price to go here. That's my target goal. But ultimately, if it's within the trend, it's going to create a new high, right? So this is kind of the turning point, or kind of in trend, because we are creating new highs. So this right here was a higher high. This here is a higher high. This was a higher low. Now this higher low did create a lower high, but in order for this to be considered a downtrend, because a lower high is not enough to say that it's going to be a downtrend, that is not enough. A lower high then has to create a lower low, meaning that it needed to be past this low in order for my mindset to change to say, okay, now we're in more of a put situation. But instead, this lower high created a higher low. So again, it's like, okay, cool. Price is still going up, right? That's still giving me this is a red flag saying, all right, price isn't going down, but it has the potential to still go up. Which, guess what? This higher low created what? A higher high. Bet. Now I need to see this higher high create a higher low. Which, guess what? It did. It created a higher low. So the chances of when price gets above here and creating a new higher high, it is definitely likely, because again, it has shown us previous times that above this level, there are new highs. So this is just my thought process of things. Um, and what I'm looking for. Again, gold I'm not touching right now. It's just going up and I'm a little nervous. I've seen people get really humbled by gold and I'm not trying to get there. I'm not messing with it, but we went over Bitcoin together. Um we went over kind of with crude oil. Crude oil's in the correction process. XRP as well. Correction process. Um And what I'm looking for is an entry here. If price does, because I didn't do a pattern on this one. So real quick, y'all. So price was here, kind of did this. It came all the way down here, y'all. Then up. So I don't know if price might come up here. Price might close above down here or whatever. And then we're looking to see it create a new low, but a lower high needs to also be established. So yeah. Also, um, I've been seeing that a lot of my trades again have been coming from me trying to hop in on this correction phase, and yes, sometimes it works, sometimes more times it doesn't. But today I was in Proverbs 12 to be exact, and it was like those who dislike correction. Oh my gosh, hold on, let me try to find it real quick, y'all. Because I'm like, dang, I don't like correction in trading because I'm always getting humbled through it. And this is why. This is why. Proverbs 12, this is in the New King James Version. It says, whoever loves instruction loves knowledge, but he who hates correction is stupid. And I hate the correction process, and so I'm stupid for that. Can I get an amen? All right. This video is long, y'all, but I appreciate y'all for sitting down with me and, going over charting with me. And I'll definitely keep y'all updated throughout the week. And yeah, happy trading, everyone. Bye.